How to make money with tax sale overages. So let's show you how to make some money with the tax overages business, which is my main business. I love it, and I think you're going to love it too. So first, what on earth is an overage? It's kind of a weird word, right? Sometimes it's called excess funds, sometimes they're called overbids, but what it is money that's left over when a property is sold at a tax foreclosure auction, meaning property taxes, because you didn't pay your real estate taxes. It's money that's left over that can be claimed by the former owner, but they have to claim it to get it, and I'll talk more about that later. But imagine this. You get an average house in America, which today is worth about $400,000. And if that property owner doesn't pay their taxes for between 3 and 4 years, the tax collector is going to put that house up for a public auction so that the tax collector can collect their taxes, penalties, interest, etc., being the cost of the auction and the cost of collection. So let's say that $400,000 house is going to have about an $8,000 a year tax bill because taxes are around 2% of the property value per year. So you have $8,000 bill, you don't pay it for 4 years, you owe $32,000 in taxes plus penalties and interest. Let's not forget those. So let's just double it. So you owe $64,000. That's a lot of money to come up with at once, and if someone hasn't been able to pay for 3 or 4 years, they probably can't come up with it. So that house is going to go to auction. And when the house sells at auction, there are lots of hungry, anxious bidders there. It's not like it just goes for the tax bill. It's going to go for more like $300,000 because if you think about it, if you're getting a $400,000 house for $300,000 as a bidder at the sale, that is fantastic. Like, wouldn't you like to buy a house for $100,000 off? Sure you would. So that house is going to sell, say our hypothetical house sells for $300,000. Well, they only owe $64,000, including all penalties and interest and the cost of sale and all that, which means there's a little over $220,000 left over. Because you're just talking about the mathematical difference between the $300,000 sale price and the $64,000 that was owed in taxes. So again, around a little over $220,000 that's left over. That is the overages money. Can also go by excess funds or overbids, but that's extra money. And here's the thing, the former owner is eligible to claim that money, but the local government is not going to come find him. They're not going to hand the local sheriff a check and say, hey Fred, could you go out and track down Wilma? We sold her house and we got $250,000 left over here. Could you just drop off the check? They're never doing that. And you know why they're never doing that? This is going to make you mad. They're never doing it because they get to keep the money if the former owner doesn't claim it. And according to one state study, 70% of the time, the people don't claim the money. And they did that same study for 3 years in a row, and 70% of the time, the money never gets collected. Instead, the government just gets to keep it, they put it in their pocket, and they keep it. And so there's an incentive for the government not to say anything. Now, I do want to be fair with the government. If the person applies for the money, they will give the money back. They're not that bad. So just like your income taxes, if you file your income taxes and you're owed a refund, they'll give you a check. But what would happen if you didn't file your income taxes? Guess what? You wouldn't get a refund. This is the same thing. But the problem is these folks have no idea that they're owed any money. They think, well, they sold my house, and so I got to go off and find something new. They're dejected, they're sad, they're not doing well, they're just horrible. So they don't know, and that's why 70% of the time this money never gets collected. And so I've discovered a whole business, which I absolutely love. And if you're looking for a business, you'll probably love it too. I have this whole business where I get the list of this money that's left over. I get the names of the people that the money's owed to. I reach out to them, typically just call them on the phone or send them a letter and say, hey, we found some money that you're eligible to claim. Would you be interested in claiming it? We work for a percentage. If we're successful, we get paid. If we're not successful, it doesn't cost you a dime. We sign people up. And this year we signed a little over $6 million worth of these claims up, and the year's not even over. So it's good. It's a really good business. But more to the point, we help people that have lost so much. And a person comes to mind. There's a lady named Carrie Johnson who lives up in Connecticut that we helped out. And this poor woman just went through it. She got injured at work, lost her job and couldn't get another. Her parents died that she was taking care of. She was absolutely flat broke. She couldn't pay the taxes on the house. and she lost the house that had been in the family for 100 years. She was so sad. She was so devastated. She ended up in a homeless shelter. So we went and got her excess funds. In her case, it was $32,000. Not a fortune, but when you're living in a homeless shelter, that is like you just won the lucky lottery. It's just amazing. So we got her the $32,000, and today she's back living in a nice townhouse. She has a car. She has a normal life. She got everything back together. She's collecting Social Security. She got a disability payment. She has a pension that she's being paid. Her life is back together again, and she's doing okay. And what I love so much about that business is helping the people in the position like Carrie was in, where she's just down and out and just needs someone to literally give her a helping hand and help her, just apply for the money, get the money, go through whatever the process is. And these processes are different by state. I'm an attorney. I can guide you through all that. But I will tell you that the money is out there. If you want a business that's meaningful in the sense that you really help people and you can make a great living, then this is absolutely the perfect business. And this is maybe a little naughty, but I feel like Robin Hood with this business, because we go up to like the sheriff's office where the treasury is, and we take this money that they shouldn't be keeping, and we give it back to the people that it belongs to. So you're kind of like a legal Robin Hood. We're not actually shooting anybody with arrows or anything like that, or committing any crimes, but we are helping people who really, really need it. So if this sounds like an interesting business to you, I'll just give you a couple of details and a resource so you can learn more. First of all, you can do this as a side business if you want to. It can run perfectly well. You just make some calls, sign up some people, put in some claims, you make some good money. Or it can be a full-time business like I've made it, where I have a team. I have people that are getting lists. I have people that are getting contact information for folks, reaching out and calling, and then turning in claims. And I oversee the process. So I have a whole business doing this. It's an amazing business and a great business and a fulfilling business. So we have retired people that are doing it. We have younger people that are just like want to really build a great financial life. We have people that want to retire early. We have people like retired nurses like, oh, my back has just had it from like moving patients around and being on my feet all day. It's just too much. This can be a really good answer for that. So if you're interested, I recorded a video called the Intro to the Overages video. You should be able to see a link up above my shoulder here. If you don't see the link there, it just means your browser doesn't support it, then there will be a link down below in the description of the video. There, in the Intro to the Overages business video, I tell you how this business works, sort of who it's right for. And by the way, you can do this in whatever state you live in. You can do it in. So you don't worry, it doesn't work in my state. It works for everybody, because most of this business is just done by phone and mail. We're not actually going anywhere. So you could literally be in Timbuktu and doing deals in Pennsylvania. You could do it anywhere like that. So don't worry about that part. But go check out the Intro to the Overages video. I'll give you all the details. And if you're interested in learning this business, I'm really happy to teach it to you. And that opportunity will come at the end of the Intro to the Overages video. So go check that out. Overages is a really fun business. It's a great feel-good business. It's a heart-centered business. So if that appeals to you, then go grab this opportunity. Again, click on the link either there or down there, and I'll see you over at the Intro to the Overages business video.